And reason why I said that which is killing us, the resistance to change, you see, I took it out of conflict between black and white, rich and poor, and all that other stuff. Because those are the political things that people use, somebody behind the scene calling the shot, to put at us odds with one another.
Right.
Because the best body of knowledge is creation. And if you can study creation, you see how it changes. The seasons change. So that means we measure ourselves based upon creation. Look how bad this creation is now. That it sustains itself. Meaning, if you look at the sun, the moon, and the stars, right? It's in place.
Sure.
You didn't go, it's in place. It sustains itself. So if that's the case, that is required upon us as human beings to sustain ourselves, just to look at that nature. But what has happened is that somebody has determined through media, press, and television that they determine this is the way you should see things. Because perception is not reality, but it's on its way to reality. What do I mean by that? They tell you that this is what reality is. But that's the reality that they tell you what it is. The reality is that, shit, look how I'm living. Look where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? That's why for me, when people start talking about truth, some people say it's based upon the consensus of the people. I say truth is the cause. Anything that affects your reality, that's the truth. Huh? Just think about it, man. What did I just do again? I took it out of somebody else defining what truth is for me. When you have to really define it for really what it is, what yourself, for yourself. Yeah, man. So we're still dealing with conflict resolution and community impact. And the manner and way in which we go through, find other alternatives to resolve conflict. What I want to do, I want to ask Brother Gary, to share what is important to him. And as what is important to him, he will share that with you. And the reason why I'm doing that, because in this country it says taxation without representation is what? Tyranny, which means cruel oppression, which means something that is oppressing you. So therefore, you look for someone to represent you, when more importantly, you need to learn how to do what?
Represent yourself.
Oh, now cool. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So, it makes no difference what your status is in life. More importantly, it's required upon you to learn how to what? Represent yourself. And that's what this is all about. Now, when we look at the word represent, it means a represent. Re is like a reconnecting. And if I go a little further with the word re is associated with ra, but it really means something that is associated with light and knowledge. So when it says let there be light, let there be what? Knowledge. Huh?
That's another word for knowledge.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. See, you got it. You got the good stuff. See, he's connecting the dots. You know what I'm saying? That means his neurological transmitters are in place. That's good thing. Yeah, that's good stuff. So that's what that means, knowledge. So then when you look at the word knowledge itself, since we're on it, you look at it. Let's break the word down. Know. Then you got L, D.
Age.
Yeah. Know your what? Your age. Know your limits. We all have limits, man. You know, we always say that when we go, the speed limit say 60, and we exceed it, what we do? We get a ticket. Because you exceeded the what?
Speed
The
limit.
speed limit, the limit. And that's the problem when I say sometimes humans have, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because there's no need to get involved if you're not willing to evolve. Huh?
Yes, sir. I understand. I follow you clearly, real good. I like how you breaking it down, too.
Yeah.
No, seriously, I really did.
Yeah. Listen, man. Y'all, please do not underestimate while I'm here. It ain't beyond what they call me and all that stuff they say. Listen, man, Bring me anybody. Let them come and deal with me. I don't care what your academic achievement is, what it is that it is. But I had somehow or another, y'all got to be blessed people because ain't too many people privy to what I share.
See what I mean? I take that.
This is something that I do. This is something that I'm on a daily basis, man. I study on a daily basis, man. It's not a time, 15 or 20 minutes go by, I ain't trying to figure out something. Ain't you too? You're trying to figure out something.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you, some could be, I'm not saying you, but one of us can be plotting and scheming and trying to figure. Let me tell you something. Ain't nothing, a guy that's a professional bank robber, what he study? How to be a what?
A professional bank robber.
Huh?
You gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, that's right.
It gotta fall in place like a chain. You got every little steps.
Yes, sir.
Every word have a meaning, right?
Listen what he just said now. Some of y'all may be biblical stuff. It said built on precept upon precepts. Huh? Line upon line. And when you build a house, and you got bricks, they call it courses. And you building one brick what?
At a time.
At a time. Huh? Yeah. It's like you go back and you look at a baby. The baby before it walks, it crawls first. It's one step what? Then when he starts to stand up, he needs something to stand up, right? And one thing about a baby don't necessarily want you really to help him.
No, they don't.
No.
It be us.
Man, the baby wants to stand up on himself, learn how to do it for himself. Huh? That's some serious stuff. So, what I'm saying is that we're overlooking just the little things that's right before the obvious, man. Huh? Does it make sense?
Like they
Clearly
say,
seen.
say, look right in front of you, the answer in front of you.
Yes, sir. What you say, Terrence?
I say clearly seen.
Clearly seen. That's right. So we're talking about clarity here now, being clear. Now, I want to ask Gary, as I said before, I want him to stand up and say what's important to him and be how to represent himself. So, Brother Gary,
Yes,
without
sir.
no further ado, Brother Gary, stage is yours, brother.
Welcome, brother guard.
Well,
You gotta stand up, bro.
do I have to stand up?
Yeah, man, it's yours. This is
Thanks for
you.
meeting.
Yeah, this is you. And say what you have learned this far, what you come to know and like this. This is you, man. Do your thing, man.
Well,
Who are you?
my name is Gary,
Yes, sir.
Hey, guard.
and right now is a trying time, and I'm saying trying because I'm 60 now,
Yes, sir.
and 60 is kind of different. It's almost like the first time. I don't know. I explained to somebody, it's like the first time I left the neighborhood to go get a job downtown. First, all you know is your home life and everything in the hood, and school and all that. But once you leave and go out in society and try to build your life, it's a whole new world. It's another navigation. So I had to learn to deal with things, certain pains you had to carry that you wasn't able to respond to. Even though it happened, you wasn't supposed to say nothing. So it was kind of tough, And for some reason, we didn't get together and share as young black men. And I think that's what really bust me in the head most. Was that I couldn't go to my peers and say, hey man, I went out to try and get a job and this happened or that happened. Because it just wasn't what we do, So I finally went home and told my mother about what I was going through. And, she began to explain to me how to connect the dots and put the pieces together and what to respond to and what to try not to respond to. If you understand what I mean. Some things you just had to take on the job.
Some things that black people not
So,
but
in recognizing this, that was tough.
Mhm.
Because here I was, strong young man, smart, taught that the world was part mine and go out and strive and overcome and all that stuff that come with it. Get out there and realize it ain't so. And that kind of blew my mind, but I moved on. So here I am now, you know, and I'm 60, or I'll be 60 in September. And the thing is it's a whole new transition because it's kind of like everything changes. You're no longer as strong or fast, or you know, you are not physical. When as a man, you learn to dominate things on the physical level, but it changes to more spiritual and thought. Like you say, knowledge, it becomes your power. I mean, you can't kill everybody. You can't beat the shit out of everybody. You know, everything you cross, you can't stomp it and kill it. You know, you just can't physically go after things like you used to. So life changes, man. A lot of things change. Everything changes.
Yes, sir.
So it kind of shocked me. You know, especially when, you know, life goes on. It don't slow down or change just because I'm changing. You know,
Say that.
situations and circumstances still come. So sometimes I would get high when getting high wasn't the answer. See, when you're young and get high, you can still do things. But you get older and get high and it becomes a problem. So, you know, a lot of things you have to accept. And having these not being as strong, just taking it from there. Not being able to bounce back. You know, you know me. I just wasn't the man I used to be. So I had to figure all that out. Then the next thing you know, I done jammed myself up, messed up again. But I couldn't climb out as easy. You know, used to just, you know, climb right out. Where now you have to think it through and work it through and struggle and strive and, you know, and keep track of life. I don't know, man. Certain things you recognize you can't do on your own no more. So now you gotta learn to ask people for help and learn to work with people. Well, I did. You know, and that's where I'm at now. I'm learning to work with people and allow people to help me. Because I do need it so. You know, and that's kind of a mind blow, you know? Asking for help and allowing people to help me. You know, so I should be moving more and faster than what I am. Because I gotta get going. Like you say, things, what's important has changed. You know, I really gotta get it on the ball and recognize.
Let me ask you a question, guy.
Yes, sir.
So you're allowing people and letting people to help you. Are you willing to help yourself?
Well, brother, the thing I was saying is I've always done things on my own. When you're young, that's how life goes. You don't ask for nothing. You do it all yourself. And now that I'm older and I need help, I need to allow people to help me. Because I'm not as strong as I used to be. You know, so to me, you know, I think helping self-help is self-explanatory. The point is learning to get along in life with others and allowing others in my life that can do things better than I can.
That's it.
You know, I can't always get across the river as easy anymore because I'm older. But here it is, a person that might have a raft or whatever, and all I have to do is ask, brother, can you know, allow me to get on your raft and get across the river? But that takes a lot. You know, you have to learn to ask for help and allow the brother to say, well, sure, come on, get on. Or, you know, a nickel, you know, whatever it takes. You know, that's the thing. You have to learn to get along in life with others and not just on my own. Yes, sir.
It seems like to me, what you want to do is your pride. If you just get through your
Well,
pride,
I agree.
you shame
It's
your
that
pride.
and amongst other things, you know. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, humble
Yes.
yourself, man.
Yeah, so this is why I come, you know, I do humble myself.
Yeah,
You know,
because pride is a
big
monster.
thing, yes.
pride is among. That's
Yes.
what's wrong with most black people
Yes.
today. Not just black. Any person that I see.
Right.
See, like for instance, I ain't trying to take a meeting high. I'm just driving on with what you were saying. A lot of young black men got pride. See, like they don't fight no more. They want to what? They want to shoot. So, see, like they don't want.
Ain't no pride in that though.
Right, but they don't take a butt whipping like we used to back in the day. I'm 55. We used to fight and be friends again in the next few minutes. You don't see that no more. It's death. So I'm talking about pride, man. Pride is something you got to
We
do.
gonna talk about that too. I got you.
And sorry about that. I ain't
No,
all right, that's
no,
a
we're
good
good.
point.
So we'll talk about. So, anyone else any comments? Because I want to move in reference to what has this place has done for you, and what has you encountering, some of the teachings that I shared with you. What has that done for? How has that helped you? So on. Because we transitioned.
Okay.
Okay. Good.
So what I appreciate most about this place is, it allows me to really put my pieces back together and connect with those who, is there, and move on, I appreciate that part most. Is, she's allowing me to put my pieces together, and sometimes she come in and she give her 50 cent worth, and then she steps back, So I think I'm moving a little too slow. I need to pressure myself a little more. But, I have to move on in life because I gotta get out of here pretty soon, So I recognize this, you know what I mean? So this is why I come, I stay silent, and I move the way I move because, I'm the one that has to do, but I'm trying to make sure I be talk toable and talk to people because, it's not about me all the time. Sometimes I have to learn to help others too because that karma comes back, put that good out there, when I don't have a problem reaching out and helping the brother, because that way it comes back, and that's what I mean, learning to work within the parameters of life. Just like you say, if you don't know the answer, sometimes the answer is right in front of you. And I try to be humble enough and calm enough to recognize my answer. Because not every boat is for God. Not every person is for God. And I have to recognize what works best for me and keep it moving. I'm, really putting it together. I think I'm moving a little slow though. But that's only because there's no mistakes allowed, really. Things are a little critical. So, trying to see where God at in my life. Make sure I can see Him in that. Because, He is first and foremost, It's His will and not mine. So I'm just trying to, do things the right way for the right reason, But I do recognize I gotta get it going, so I do have a plan in place.
How is the teaching that I have displayed? How does that help? Does that help you any?
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks
Yes,
for
sir.
saying, guys.
Sure. Yes, sir. Thank y'all for allowing me and listening. Okay, brother.
Brother Manny,
What's up?
come on up here for a minute, brother.
What's up?
Tell me what's important to you and where you are and where you want to go, brother.
What's the spill? Well, as y'all know, I'm Manny. I'm an alcoholic. I've been in a lot of groups with these guys, so I actually, when I talk to them, I talk with them. I feel like they know what I'm talking about, because we can't just go up to anybody and just start talking, or I don't, because I don't want to feel, how do you say it? Like, they don't know what I'm talking about. These guys in this room do. See, because I can just clear out a room like that. Everybody look. And, but I mean, really, and that's for me, you know, it's an open book as far as getting help, asking for, and this fellowship that we have, that's what I like. And it took a while to build that up. The same guys for like 3 months, we were at each other's throat. I mean, I was just waiting for someone to go and tell me. It was serious. A lot of those old ways have changed, not just in our habits, and the people who participated in with it, you know. That's how come I don't call it AA, I call it the fellowship or brotherhood.
Yes.
Because we're all brothers in this together.
Wow.
You know, God wouldn't see it any other way.
Okay.
So when I ask him, please, and I stopped doing that, please, you know, me as a man, I'm not supposed to ask anything for myself, really. That's how I was raised. You're the breadwinner, you go home, come back and bring the paycheck to mama. That's the way we did it, though. I know where I would like to be, too. I'm over a year sober today, not today, tomorrow. And it feels pretty good, you know, and I play tricks and I test myself. You know, I'll walk out the front door and I'll say, there's the liquor store. I'm having a whole conversation in here. I said, there's the liquor store. You gonna go get it? Man, he's not the liquor store if he ain't got no money. Man ain't going to go to any bars or clubs, you know, because it costs money. So if you see him not drinking, because he's working, he's not messing around with this no more. You know, it used to be who can make the most in a week, and we all go out and get drunk. Me and my buddies, you know. But I'm 58. That shit just don't fly no more, man. And not only that, but me chasing for an answer for myself that it's okay, I can do this tonight. No, you know, but I'm gonna know. And so I asked myself, are you gonna go drink? I said, yeah. How are you gonna feel tomorrow? Ashamed. Then why are you doing it? That's because that's what's known to me. And that's a simple question right there. That's what's known to me. That's how I got to that place. But I say open-minded, open to suggestions, and I really do hope even the men that I couldn't get along with in this small community that we have, I wish them the best earlier. You know, to give grace to God. You know, so mine's a big spiritual thing too. So, you know, I'm Catholic. I was raised Catholic, so I know when I'm doing wrong. If I'm not doing, you know, I just have the excuse. I'm doing wrong, but it's not gonna hurt anybody but myself, right? That's so arrogant, you know. And so I stepped outside of my body, turned around, looked at myself, and I said, I didn't like what I saw.
Yes, sir.
I didn't like the man looking back at me because I said, that's not the 30-year-old Manny, that's not the 40-year-old Manny. You know, in the 50s, he's gonna say, now that's him. Like it's, you know, no more headaches, no more hangovers. Is what all of that I've been talking about the past few minutes has. They're all the reasons. Yeah.
How has this place helped you, and how has the information that I've shared with you, how has that helped? Or has it helped?
Just coming to work, participating, pay attention to what you're doing, and as far as the lessons, that was the requirement. The lessons are take suggestions, take people's feedback. I don't want to just listen to them got to say, roll it up and stick it in my pocket. Yeah, I try to keep it just as real as anybody else with me.
Any questions for Manny? We'll go one more, then we're gonna go over what people said. Brother Terrence.
Yeah.
It's your shot, brother. Your call.
Get your questions, brother.
Thank you, brother, man. Thank you.
Gracias mucho.
I'm not gonna tell my whole life story.
First of all, who are you?
I'm just gonna start from when I came home in 2018. And I've been on parole ever since, man. You know, I had the meanest parole officer. You know, when I first came home, I done had altogether 5 parole officers since I've been home. But I had this one parole officer, man, you know, her name was Miss Simmons. This lady was mean, man. You know, I thought she was an FBI agent, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's really when I started going into drug programs, when I met her. You know, in the last 4 years, I've been in 3 inpatient programs, and I've been in like 5 outpatient programs. Not counting the Turk House 3 times. Right? You know, but I was hard-headed. Didn't want to stop using, didn't want to stop getting high. You know, that's where all the fun was. You know, some crack and a freak. That's all I wanted. You know? That's all I lived for. You know? Each and every program I went in, I finished successfully. And after I finished those programs, I jumped right back out there. Because I didn't want to stop getting high. I was just doing this, man, because it was a term of my parole. And I didn't want to go back to jail. This one particular program I was in, I was doing good, man. I was one of the best dudes in the house. But my problem was, I like watching pornography on my phone. You know? And I didn't think there was nothing wrong with that. But it was against the rules of the program, right? And I kept getting caught. They kept checking my phone. They kept taking my phone, right? So eventually, man, they told me I had to get out the program because I didn't want to stop watching porn, right? I called Tasha up 4 o'clock in the morning, man. She answered the phone. And I told her, man, she told me don't lie to him, right? I told her the truth, you know, why did he put me out the program? You know, so she told me come down to the office next morning, right? You know, to make a long story short, you know, because I know we ain't got all day. The one thing I got out of this program is that I got another chance. You know, I got another chance to prove to myself, man, I could succeed and I could be that person I want to be. Right? You know, because if she didn't give me that chance, I would be right out there, right back out there. Probably would be locked up. You know? But if I can't give Tasha nothing else, I can at least thank her, man, for giving me this one chance to keep my life straight, on the right path, do the right thing. And you know, I plan on finishing this program and reaching my goal. You know, all I want is a stable place to live. You know, and to be happy, right? And to get off parole. to do some things I want to do and go to another state, visit a couple of more states. I've never been nowhere. Been in Baltimore all my life, man. I like to go places before I die, right? So that's the one thing I want to say, right? Is that I got another chance to keep my life on the right path, and I'm taking advantage of that and doing the right thing.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate it.
Alright. Now, at this part, not Brother Edward, because, this is my first time meeting you here.
Just came.
Yeah. Anyone else? Brother Kevin, you want to share? Dante?
I shared it earlier.
I want to thank everybody who shared their words in participation of what I have asked of them, and they came through. There wasn't nothing that was required or demanded. Anytime you're building a house, you put a piece of board under there, and if you see if that board is strong enough to stand, to hold the house up. So I want to thank once again, Brother Terrence, Brother Gary, Brother Manny, for standing up and sharing. If this was your book, hold that. Give it to me. That's your book. Give it back to me. The book represents your life. I threw it down on the ground. That's your book. That's your life. What you gonna do with it?
Pick it up.
That's all I'm saying. Gary never said it better. Thank you. Very simple illustration. Gary never said it better when he says, pick up the pace. Far too many times we have become so complacent, which means we don't like to be uncomfortable. And it's a challenge with people or any person who don't want to be uncomfortable. Who don't like to be uncomfortable, because that means that they are resisting to change.
We have to fight themselves for that.
Yeah. So this don't have nothing to do with any form of status or who you are in life or none of that stuff. Because at the end of the day, you make the decisions. It's on you. And brother, each people who express themselves realize the importance of somebody helping them. Which means they had to put aside, as the word you use, pride. That pride goes before the what? The fall. And a haughty spirit before destruction. So if we got pride, more than likely, it will lead to a what? A fall. And if we have a haughty spirit about us, more than likely we're headed for destruction. As you notice, I did not say nothing, and I wanted Manny to stay focused. That when, even though the brother is departed, and I say something to him. When he answered the phone, and Manny said, well, people are leaving. You know what I'm saying, when he talked. Because that got to his what? It got to his feelings, man. It got to him. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody wants to be appreciated. Don't say that you want to be appreciated when somebody appreciating you backing off. Everybody wants to be appreciated. So when somebody appreciating you, showing appreciation, you back off. That's a sense of uncertainty, man. You're not sure. And all I'm trying to get everyone to do is to be more self-assured.
I don't think nobody left.
No.
Just to leave.
No, you ain't. I gave you some credit last week. Now you just took it back.
Can I answer that for him?
You know what I'm saying? Go
Can I
ahead.
fix
Yeah,
that?
go ahead.
What he was saying, this man up here is Manny Shane, people getting up and walking away.
Yeah.
So that makes him feel like he ain't got no support.
That's right. That's right.
Like when I get up there and start saying, and all I was just get up and go upstairs, you don't feel like you talking to no one.
Yeah, man.
You ain't got nobody, no support.
Right.
Nobody here to listen to. That's what he
No
was
excuse.
saying.
It's no.
That phone should have been hung up.
All the way across the board. It's no. People fail to use what is required of them, their intelligence. Why would somebody have to tell you not to do that when you know you should do it automatically?
Right.
No one should have to force you to do it. Listen, man, y'all, listen, people are 50 and 60 and 40 years old, and somebody have to keep telling you not to do something when you know you should do it automatically.
Say that.
It don't make no sense, man.
Go ahead. No, it don't. It don't.
No, it
This
doesn't.
is, we talking about conflict resolution. It's intense. We want to get the drawers off the door. We want to get the bus off the punt. We got to stop making excuses, man. We got to stop making excuses.
I hate to say this, but before I came here, after I came out of detox, I was riding up here with my wife. She said, babe, we got grandchildren. I shouldn't have to tell you.
That's right.
Babe, the drugs should be done.
Right.
I went in on my own because I was taught. You feel me? But the way she put it, my granddaughter should mean more than that drug. Because I only remember talking to her Thursday. I was like this. I didn't know what had happened. This is the one I love out of all my grandkids. She said, babe, you sleepy? My wife said, you ain't even acknowledge it. Next morning I got up and made that call. Just like my buddy had died. That's the same way.
That's right. Nah, you
Nobody
right.
she ain't gotta tell me put gas in my car.
That's right.
I'll tell you that much.
So, man, I tell you what, if it's some food that you want, you get up and get it.
With the quickness.
Now, one time when we want people may want to hit, we'll get up and get that with no problem.
Gone. Look, I walked West Baltimore for it. I walked. And look, oh, thank you, Lord. Well, thank you. To walk from the bus stop to here is nothing compared with I would walk and go get that stuff. So I don't even complain when they be saying, let's walk. I don't even complain, I just do it.
Yeah.
Like they say, take the cotton out your ear and put it in your mouth or whatever.
Right.
Whatever it take now, man.
Right.
I'm with it.
Right.
Whatever it take.
Yeah, man.
I'm with it, seriously. Whatever you ask of me, I do. I don't say no more.
Yeah, man.
I gotta
What's
learn
that
a new
going
way.
on?
Your phone going on?
Somebody's phone going on. But yeah, man, but this is serious matter, man. You know, we can we can sit and sob and feel sorry about ourselves. That's not gonna solve the problem.
Yeah.
That's not gonna solve the problem.
Whoa,
This is an environment, a place that someone is really trying to assist you and help you.
Did you hear me when I said I was hard-headed?
Yeah.
You know, I kept jumping back out there because
Right.
I didn't want to stop using.
Right.
You know, I was just trying to beat the system, man.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. Listen.
You see what I'm saying?
Now listen what you're saying. I like
I
that.
can relate to that.
I like what you say. I got what you're saying because
No.
what's happening is that you ever deal with a bully. You know, sometimes you got to stand up to a bully, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes we got to stand up to our stinking thinking. We allow stinking thinking to bully us, man. And in fact about it, it starts to do what to us? It uses us, man. Our stinking thinking use us, man. Until it can't use you no more. And then you out there all by yourself again. And then someone comes to throw a rope down to help you, right? Bam. And you may not grab that rope from that person because that's the person you don't want to help you. Well, what difference does it make?
Help is help.
Yeah. That's the same story of the Good Samaritan, so to speak, you know?
The man in The man in the hole.
Yeah, help me, man.
That's just like the man in the hole. You know, throw the rope down there, tell him, come on, grab the rope. You don't want to grab the rope.
Yeah,
You know?
because he may not say, I don't want the help from you.
Yeah.
But the help comes from anybody. Listen, how we came out of here, we ain't had no choice of who's going to give us birth.
See, and that's what I was saying. You know, I was like, you gotta learn how, well, I
Yeah,
had to learn how to allow people, you know, to help me.
yeah,
Because I was so used to just doing it for myself.
Yeah.
Now times have changed. Things have changed, you know.
yeah,
I'm
man.
not so, you know, strong anymore.
You made a good point because when you get to a certain point in your life, you realize that you ain't as strong as you once were.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Because if the hole is so deep, it may take you longer to get up there.
Get up out.
Yeah, man.
Pull yourself out, yeah.
But listen, I ain't talking from no books, none of that stuff, man. I'm talking from experience, man.
From experience.
Yeah.
You know, I done climbed out of holes before, and now it's a little tougher.
Yeah, man.
Much tougher, I must say.
Yeah.
From one, you crawl right back into another.
Ain't that something, man?
You know?
That's a serious deal. And now you're saying, man, now you get to a point, I can see something saying, man, listen, enough is enough, man.
Enough is enough.
As Fannie Lou Hamer say, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired.
God knows.
I know I.
Because remember, Manny says he has like family. Brother Terrence says that man he want to see the states. You know they got goals. You know what I'm saying? Brother Edward said, man, his wife told me they got grandchildren. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got goals. We got people who we want to play a major part in our lives.
That's going to depend on. And that hurt me to my heart to be so stupid. I wait till I get 55 and want to do something stupid.
Yes, sir. He's dealing with reality. That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
Reality is mean, man. Some of us it's a hard time to deal with it, man.
That's right.
I got a good friend of mine who I saw, I don't have no problem saying with it. He shared a story with me last day, and I went to see another brother who I knew we grew up, and he passed. And he said, man, brother, man, we just talk about me per se. I don't want to get too deep into it, but he said, man, I'm telling you the truth from the heart. And it messed with me a little bit, right? But I had to say to myself, man, there is some truth to it. Huh? There is some truth to it. And that's a good thing that someone will hold you accountable, man.
Say that.
Sir.
Say that.
Yes, sir.
That is the most, as I said, it says this, pairs, send out as pairs in this social society that we are a mirror image of each other. If that person is responsible and the other person is irresponsible, the responsible person is going to get to the irresponsible person and say, man, we must be accountable to each other. So that's why you don't want to be around nobody who's going to allow you to go around and do silly stuff and act silly. If I wouldn't say what I'm saying to you because I mean you well. But the point is that nobody would change if they don't have a desire to, nor if they don't see an issue with their actions. You can talk to your black, so-called blue as they call it. If they don't have no desire to, they won't. So it is the desire that you must have. Remember, it says the desire, some of us may have a desire to do, other things, the wrong things, so to speak. So why not have a desire to do the right thing? Conflict. And dealing with conflict resolution, as I always look at the word conflict, in anything you got pros and you have what? And cons, And I always say that for the most part, people are trying to con.
They're way too much.
That's right, a flick or a image of how they want people to see them.
That's a problem in the world now too.
Now we're dealing with culture influences.
Worrying about what somebody's saying about you.
All the way across the board. How a person how you want a particular person to see you. So therefore, you try to live up to that
Expectation.
reputation. Reputation. When you are young, as I showed man that little picture, as you are young, you always try to find and make a what? A reputation for yourself. You know, I was the dude, I was, you know, the tough dude, I was this, I was that. You know. But that ain't really you. And then once you come to realization that's not who you are, like say for example, you know, people are, you know, get addicted to drugs. You realize, man, that's not you, man. And then you get to a point, man, where you just stop, man. And you start to think. And you say, man, this is really not me, man. I'm tired.
That's where I'm at now. That's why I'm here. I don't have no structure.
Now, knowledge is designed to give you structure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Knowledge is designed to give you structure. That's why they say know your what? Your ledge, your edge, know your limits. Now, if I'm writing on this paper here, the red line has what? Margin. Everything is designed to give you what? Structure, man. No one to draw the what?
Line.
Draw the line.
At least I was smart enough to do that.
That's a step. Because each step, you know, is like incremental. Some steps are not as, you know, as big as you would like for them to be. But the challenge, not the challenge, but the thing is you're making what? Progress.
Yeah.
You hear what I'm saying? You're making progress. It may not be at the pace that you like,
But it's start.
but man, you're starting somewhere and you're making progress. Now, how do you calculate the unknown, but by first calculating that which is known? That's progress.
What I do, I write at night, not even just at night. I write stuff down in this book. You know, which would keep triggering me to go back out.
Yeah.
It triggers me to want to use.
Right.
Why did I stop all of a sudden? Because a friend of mine died.
Yeah.
And I blame myself for it. Still to the day, I blame myself right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was in the house. He ain't asked me to come get him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so used to him calling me when I get off work. Go get him. We go. Anyway, he had sniffed hands. And when I'm saying him going in the house, he ain't like himself. So I should have took him to the hospital instead of dropping him off. When I took him home, he went in the house and he passed overnight. Cause I called him that morning to tell him I'm going to go to work. And I was going to give him one of the pills that I had. But his wife told me he had died in his sleep last night. I went in detox Thursday. It happened Wednesday night. And I feel like it's my fault, man. I just wanted to share that again. I'm carrying it. It's still bothering me a little bit, but like Terrence said a while ago, it ain't my fault, because things do happen. It was just one of my turn. It's tormenting me, and I go through things at night with this, man, constantly.
Okay. That's good stuff, man. That's good stuff you're sharing. Because what we want to do is we want to try to process that we make, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to look at some words here, right? We're going to look at this. Guilt. Look at remorse. Let's look at this here. Responsibility. And then one more. Let's look at environment, and let's look at influences, and then we're gonna look at state of mind. All right, that's a lot. Eh? Wow. Let's just look at that, man.
Sorry.
Look at that. Let's look at guilt. What would make you feel guilty about that?
Guilty about what?
About
Because,
you? Yeah.
because I went and picked him up,
Mm-hmm.
and he ain't called me or nothing.
Mm-hmm. So you went to pick him up, right? Let me see something. All right, let's look at that, right? Pick him up, right?
Yeah.
Let's look at the word now. Says you went to pick him up. Did you go pick him up?
Yes.
Okay. Now you say yes. All right. Let's look at the word. Man, I don't know what the heck is going on with this daggone phone at this time. This is a
Possessed.
Enter your password. Then press pound.
yeah, joint.
What you call it, Diablos?
Diablos.
Okay. Yeah, I know what's that. All right. You say you went to
Took it apart.
yeah. Yeah, I did. So now, watch this in now. No, that's it.
His funeral was today.
Okay, watch this in now. You said that you went to what?
Pick him up.
Did you pick him up?
Yes, he ain't called me or nothing. I
You
just
picked him
gave
up?
Then gave him the money
You said that you gave him the money to do what?
to get the drug for both of them.
Okay, I see now.
Mm-hmm.
I see now. I see now.
Oh.
He just, they buried him today. I just
I see now.
Oh.
You see now?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
see now.
yeah.
I see now.
Oh,
You
yeah.
see this here now. You see.
Oh.
That's him.
Yeah. Interesting.
Okay.
But we
Now-
do it every day.
I got you. That's why I put decisions, environment, influences, and state of mind.
That's right.
That's right. Now, you wasn't, neither one of you wasn't in the best what? State of
State of
mind.
mind.
Because you've been doing it what?
For a while.
For a while.
For 3 months straight.
That means it became either a career or a habit.
Oh, good.
I have it. I was so used to when I get off, before I go home, I swing by, pick him up, make sure he be straight. I ain't gonna never see him. We was the sandbox.
Also, another thing, another word comes into play too. Another one is we become an enabler.
Yeah.
Because we think that we're helping someone and all we're doing is hurting them.
Yep.
Huh? We say because we say that we don't want to see him in that condition. That state, you know what I'm saying? But your state of mind is under some type of influence, and his state of mind is some type of influence. That's like the blind leading the blind.
That's what my wife said. Exactly the same choice you just said. Blind leading the blind.
So, therefore, you were blind. You were blind to the fact, not knowing that you were acting as an enabler, right? Because we don't know that which was in him was so, he was maybe so possessed with what was, and so wanted it so bad that it was tricking you to get to you so that you can destroy yourself. You want to see that, man. You got to see the insight in that thing. Now look how you feel. Because they say that the devil can use anybody who he wants to use. He will work through your mother, your sister, your brother, and your father. So now you're bearing that burden. And it's not for yours to carry.
That's what that man said.
It is not for yours to carry.
That's what he said. He telling me that.
Right.
Isn't that right time?
That's over with in God.
But can I say one thing? I've been on some boxings for years, and he came home and he said he wanted to get high. I gave him money, let him use my car and everything. Then he brought something back while I'm cutting hair, come to where I'm working at, bring the keys, and what I find in my hand was a pill. And I gave it back to him, and then I didn't let him leave. Because I wanted it. I wanted it. So by me wanting it so bad, I'm gonna be honest. I can't lie right now. I gotta be honest with myself first. I used. I went in the bathroom, got accustomed in the chair. I just face all sides of great, hit him with the razor and everything. I leave off the floor, go in the bathroom and snap. Come back out, I don't know what I'm doing. And then I got a razor at this man.
Alright, now, we
And I'm
gonna,
off to the races.
hold that now. We gonna take a break. We come back in 10 minutes. 10 minutes you can. 10 minutes. And we're gonna process, because we're gonna help them through this here now. We wanna help you through this. Come back in about 10 minutes. Yep. 140. Yep.
There you go, man. They burning them today. I mean.